DACA, also known as Deferred Action for Child Arrivals, was announced on June 15, 2012. This allows individuals who came to the U.S. as children, also known as Dreamers, to request for deferred action for a total of a 2-year period. There are a total of 6 requirements to enroll for DACA.
The California DREAM Act is a series of assembly bills including AB 130, AB 540, and AB 131, which allows students to apply for privately funded scholarships and grants. This also allows students to receive limited state financial aid with a total of 3 requirements.
Both Doris and Tomas came to America to start new, better lives.
I was born in a very small country in Central America called El Salvador. It's also important to mention that I was born at a time of the end of a civil war, the Salvadoran Civil War. And soon after my birth, there was also a hurricane by the name of Mitch. It destroyed hundreds of thousands of homes as well as killing 11,000 people, estimated. So that is why my family and I emigrated to the United States.
So at the age of 2, I actually was able to come here with my brother. And so we came here, ended up in Santa Barbara. I was actually born in Mexico. And what ended up happening is before I was born, my father abandoned my mother. And so in Mexico, the town where we're from, is very poor. And so my mother had a tough decision, as a mother, having to provide for her children. It was very difficult for her to do that, and there wasn't much opportunity. And so she made the tough decision of coming to the United States. But what ended up happening is she actually got cancer, and she passed away when I was 6 years old. So that's why we moved up here to Auburn to live with my grandparents and my aunt and uncles. So yeah.
Immigrants make a really hard decision to come to America. They leave everything they know behind for a better life and future for themselves and their family.
These dreamers are reaching out to many people and sharing their stories to bring awareness of what's going on.
What we've done more is go to groups and speak about our stories and educate about the issue.
The way I give awareness is joining other forces or goals to be met, such as the Earth Day March, the text, anywhere I can, anywhere where I see people, I share the story and I express my belief on the dreamers, and I think it's just a constant.
Yeah. Throughout their journey, they have faced many difficulties.
I think the hardest obstacle is when we're speaking out, we typically have support. But when we're reaching out to Tom McClintock, and when you actually get to talk to a congressman, someone that has the power to help you, or at least their one vote could impact you negatively or positively, it's a very, the hardest part is get the type of answer that they respond, where they say that they can't or they don't want to. Just because to me it's emotional, and for someone to not even want me here is difficult.
I think for me the most difficult thing was exposing myself. It's so much easier just to shrug it under the carpet and pretend like it's not there, no one knows. But just sharing my story and being open to the public was, I think, for me the hardest. I think the main goal is very clear, a pathway to citizenship. We don't want to just have it handed to us. We want to work hard for it. We want to rightfully own our citizenship and earn it.
Yeah, I think that's just helping. There's giving not only us dreamers a pathway to immigration reform. I think that's something that we're figuring out as we're going. We're figuring out that the issue is way more complicated than it is. And for both, we want to educate both sides of the argument and being able to come to an agreement on where we can continue, growing this country and helping it. And so that's pretty much the ultimate goal, I would say, help immigration reform.
Today, there are various ways U.S.-born citizens can help fight for dreamer rights.
They're the most important ones. They can actually vote. They can actually, I think that's why who we're trying to reach. So they're the biggest we're trying to reach. and get them educated. The biggest thing is education, because it's like this whole issue is so complex that I don't, because I don't expect them to know everything right away, but goals are very important.
Looking forward, Doris and Tomas have a hopeful vision of what the future of Dreamers will be.
Well, the future that we want for them is for them to be able to grow up here and continue going to school and working and being part of this nation. That's what I hope for all Dreamers to do.
The future I see for Dreamers is a future where they no longer have to fear of having them deported, a future where they, as Tomas said, can pursue higher education and obtain rightful jobs that